ready to subscribe, guys. Comment, ready to subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos as well, man. I want to thank everyone that does watch and share my videos. You guys are the absolute best. Had a lot of technical difficulties, guys, but I am glad to be back. When I left off, it was before the Super Bowl, and I gave you my Super Bowl pick. And now I'm not going to stay away from it, man. We're going to go over it really quickly because, you know, I'm going to hold myself accountable for what I said, man. Listen, Patriots and Falcons in the Super Bowl. I took the Falcons in this game. Got myself a loss, man. Patriots 34, Falcons 28. You know, a lot of people saying the Falcons choked it up. I mean, you could definitely say that they were up by 20-plus points and just went ice cold. But the Patriots kept chugging, man. I told everyone when the Patriots are down, I said, hey, do not turn your TVs off. Don't turn your back on them. Don't ever count the Patriots out. That's how you have to play them. You can't ever look at the Pats and say, hey, they're done. It's over. We got the game. Nope. These guys keep going, and they find a way. Tom Brady, solid game, man. 43 of 62, 466 yards throwing the football, and 2 TDs. I mean, this guy, Tom had a game, man. He had a game. And there was a lot of great moments, a lot of great plays from their wide receivers. Edelman with the big-time catch, just on a bobble. I mean, guys just finding ways to make plays, man. They just found ways, and they just stayed in the game. I don't know how I can say it, how many times I have to say that. For the Falcons to go ice cold when they did at just a pivotal time in that game, it was bad, man. So hats off to Patriots fans. You got yourselves a Super Bowl win, and I got myself a loss because I chose the Falcons. So now I want to get into Jet talk, man. Season's over. Everything's done. We're going into the offseason with a team that needs a lot of repairs. And, you know, you're going to see a lot of players that were Jets, that, you know, were big names, be gone. And so I've gone, you know, through some of the positional groups. I've talked about our running backs, talked about our quarterbacks. I've talked about our coaching staff. Now I want to get into the Jets wide receiver position. You look at this group here. There's some questions, but a little bit further down the roster, further down the positional group, excuse me. But there's also some questions as far as cap casualties. You know, Brandon Marshall is the first name that comes up there. You're looking at a guy that's making a little bit of money next year. He's also was a distraction in the locker room from all the stories that we continuously hear about him. He's come out and said things in the media. He doesn't think he's getting paid enough. Like just little stuff here and there. And you could look at the situation and say the Jets just might say, you know what, Brandon, you're just a little bit too much for us. We have some young guys. Because this may be a year that we go with the youth movement, see you, you're gone. Then you look at Eric Decker. I mean, the injuries are stacking up. He had a shoulder issue, sat down, had surgery on that. He's got a hip issue he's going to have surgery on. That's probably going to linger into the season as far as his healing up. Will he be a guy that's a cap casualty, where they say, hey, listen, you know what, we're moving forward from you too. We need cash. We're trying to rebuild this team, and with you gone, we can use that money to go elsewhere. Those are 2 big questions for us, because these are guys that when we set franchise records offensively, these were our 2 guys that were getting the football, especially, you know, Brandon Marshall. And Eric Decker was our guy in the red zone. He was the guy that was catching that football and scoring touchdowns too. Big parts of it. So we'll see what happens with that going forward, but then you fall back and you say, okay, well, what if those 2 guys are gone? Who's going to step up? Well, you got the 2 guys that I call the young goods, Robbie Anderson, Quincy Enunwa. But there's questions there with them. Robbie's a guy that came in last year, really showed promise, really showed talent, really showed potential, made a lot of plays, you know. But the quarterback position, especially when Fitz was playing, we all wondered, you know, if Fitz wasn't so trash, if he had a steady quarterback, could Robbie have really put up big-time numbers? And I mean, hey, he did his thing out there. But is he a number 2? Where does he fit within an offense? That's the question. Did he benefit from a lot of the matchups that he saw because Brandon Marshall was on the field a lot of times? And then you look at Quincy Enunwa and you say, okay, here's a guy that has shown enormous potential. Big, physical, you can move around the offense. You know, he's a guy that you can bring in as an H-back. We saw him in that tight end position, blocking. Also running routes out of the slot. I mean, this guy's a mismatch for a lot of corners, but if we get rid of Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker, can these guys step up and fill those roles? Can Robbie step up and be a solid number 2? Can Quincy step up and be a number 1? Is he a number 1 wide receiver, period? That's a big question to be asked and answered by Quincy, because he's extremely talented, but we don't know if he's a number 1. Then you look at the rest of the wide receiver positional group, and dude, it's question marks. Jalen Marshall, let's start with him. This kid is explosive. The problem with him exploding a lot of times, though, he blows up on the team. Fumbles constantly, big time drops. His route running is a bit shaky. I don't know if you could trust him going forward. This kid turns the ball over. He just does. And that's just, it's scary. Because when he catches the football, you know, it's feast or famine. He could give you a 60-yard touchdown like that, or he can give you a game, you know, a game-ending turnover. You just never know with him. And on special teams, you can't put him back there as a kick returner or punt returner because of his fumbling issues. You look at Sharon Peak. Sharon Peak showed a lot of promise. Here's a guy that, you know, is big, he's fast, he can move around, but at this point, from what we've seen, he's actually better a special teamer than he is a wide receiver. Again, maybe the quarterback, you know, issues that we had last year, just the absolute, you know, just musical chairs there at quarterback that we had, definitely didn't help him. But again, there's still question marks. And his route running, you know, a lot of people have said his route running isn't as crisp as it needs to be. Of course, we drafted him late in the draft, so we knew about that. But he's a guy that we need to see step up as well. But he's got some promise. And last but not least, one of the biggest question marks within that wide receiver positional group is Devin Smith. This dude, I don't know what he is or what he isn't at this point. Comes in, you know, rookie year, you know, we get him. You got Ryan Fitzpatrick that can't hit him because he can't throw a deep ball. Devin also had issues route running, getting separation off of guys, even though that was supposed to be his thing. He was a speed guy, take the top off. Just couldn't get off the line a lot cleanly. He had some big turnovers as well, some fumbles on some punt returns against the Bills. And then the injury happens. Comes back this year after injury. Bowles has him on the bench for quite a bit. And you just didn't see much of Devin Smith this year. You didn't see him take that next step. So he's coming back next year and you're saying to yourself, well, damn, what is he going to be? You know, is he going to be the guy that's going to step up and be our solid number 3? Can he step up and be our number 2? Who knows? Who knows with Devin Smith? And again, this is a guy that was drafted in the 2nd round. This is a guy that you need to hit on. You drafting guys like this, you need to hit on them. They need to produce. Those picks in those early rounds have got to step up to be productive players on your team. And he's one of our biggest question marks there. Another factor that goes into all of this, because we got rid of Chan Gailey in this offseason, he's gone. We fired him. You got a guy, John Morton, stepping into this situation, a former wide receivers coach. I want to know what exactly his system is going to do to benefit these wide receivers. How is he going to mold his system around these young wide receivers that we have here if Eric Decker and Brandon Marshall are gone this offseason? How is he going to mold his system to fit these young guys and make them productive? As a former wide receivers coach, what can he do? What is he going to bring to help these young guys out? How is he going to coach them? Who is he bringing in to coach them as well to help them out in their positions to get better as young wide receivers? Because let me tell you something. If the coaching is not adequate this year, if we do not get guys in here that can help the youth that we have on this team grow and become better and mature, we're done for years to come. We are done for years to come. I don't give a damn what name you keep bringing in here. You can draft, you know, whoever from whatever school. If you don't have a coach that knows what he's doing, a wide receivers coach or offensive coordinator, which John Morton is just brought in here. This is going to be his first time actually calling offensive plays, being an actual offensive coordinator in NFL. If he does not know what he's doing or his positional coaches don't get these young guys ready, we're finished. We're finished. And the plan, and you're going to end up having to blow things up, or you're just going to absolutely get rid of everybody next year. That's going to be it. You're going to have to get rid of everybody, and that's going to set you back another year. So, you know, again, the wide receiver positional group, there's a lot of question marks, but there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential. It's scary. It's scary going forward, especially, again, when you talk about the fact we still got Todd Bowles. I don't know about that guy as a head coach. I'm not sold on him. But listen, this is the year where he's got to show up and show out. Period. And as a head coach, you're only as good as your assistants. So if you got a strong, if you look at every great head coach that's been out there, you look at some of his assistants, those guys are solid assistants, and they know what they're doing. You're also only as good as your coordinators too. John Morton is the guy he brought in here. So let's see what he does with these young guys. I'm hyped to see what happens. I'm also hyped to see what happens, you know, with Marshall and Decker. Maybe we attack free agency. We bring the guy in. Maybe we also, I'm also, you know, looking to see what they do in the draft, seeing if maybe we pick up a young wide receiver in the draft as well. But the guys we have here, they've got to get coached up for sure, for sure. So with that said, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. Also share the videos. Also comment below, man. Let me know what you guys think about this wide receiving core. Let me know what you guys think about your teams too. I have fans from every single fan base that watch me. Let me know about your team's off season. What do you think you guys need to work on? Let me hear about your wide receiver cores. You know, how can you guys get better? So with that said, man, you guys have a great day and enjoy yourselves. Peace.